I'm out here in some BLM land near Bend, Oregon with my friend Steven. Steven, how you doing?
What's up, Thomas? Doing well.
Great. We're going to go through his van and get some details about how he built it out and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're here with Little E. It's the little engine that could. It's my 2007 Sprinter van. So I've got, for power, I've got 200 watts of solar up top, and that does a pretty good job of like maintaining my my usage if I'm parked, especially in the summer. I also charge off the alternator with a combiner. That charges a 180 amp hour battery bank of lithium ions. Works pretty well for me. And so let's see, on the outside here we got I got my hangboard up there right now. It's pretty sweet. Good setup for me. We've got kind of some exterior stuff here. This guy folds down into a nice little outside counter. Tucks away neatly. I'll show you this guy. My counter here folds out to give you additional counter space, and also I use that as a desk that I can access from the driver's seat. That's like critical for when I work. And let's see, we got first thing in the door is the shower here. So it was really important to me to have a shower inside the van, and I saw this set up one spot in one person's van, and I've never seen it in other ones, which really surprises me. So I like it a lot. I've got a shower pan down here that collects the water. I slot in some vertical plastic pieces here that kind of form a curb. There's a curtain right here that tucks up out of the way and pulls around on a track at the top. It encloses 360 degrees, kind of keeps everything contained. Got my fixtures up here, and the water drains down into a little sump under here with a bilge pump in it. You can't really see it, but it's tucked away down under there, and pumps my water into a gray tank. So it's all self-contained, and all my plumbing is on the inside of the vehicle too, so I can use it year-round. I've got a hot water heater, the Webasto dual top. That's worked out pretty well for me. I like it. It's mounted under the back where the spare tire used to live. I got my spare tire hanging off the back. And let's go inside. So, notable thing here is we got a composting toilet in here. Nature's Head, like that guy too. Pulls out just like so. Nice. And all right, so kitchen setup over here. So sink back here, again, drains right into my gray tank. I got a freshwater tank in the back. I carry like 34 gallons of fresh water. Lasts me 2 weeks or so with the shower. Just cheap Poland stove, it's easy. That guy lives right under here in a little home. Keep it tucked out of the way. And fridge here, that's the Isotherm CR130, just 12 volt electric fridge, so that runs off my battery bank. It's one of my main power consumers, is that guy. Got some lighting here, switch panel, heater control, max air fan up top, inverter switch, solar charge controller, few miscellaneous 12 volt outlets spread around, 12 volt and 120 in a few different places. And then yeah, that's basically the kitchen. I got some miscellaneous storage and stuff in here. Food lives up here, coffee, all that kind of stuff. Plenty of spots for that. These guys are the self-supporting hinges. Those are pretty nice. I use like a little auto closing, like anti-vibration latch here that keeps these guys shut. Works pretty well. I recommend that. We've got some storage up here above the headliner. That's kind of my junk drawer. I just throw anything and everything in there. All right, so onto the bed and a couple fun features we got here. So my bed, I sleep lengthwise here because I'm about 6 foot, which is a little short for me to go across. So this section folds up to get full sleeping length here. That's critical to have a full length bed. So that folds up. Down underneath here we've got some miscellaneous storage space. I usually just throw gear back there, but this piece also doubles as a guest bed because that's flat and padded, slightly padded all the way to the back. So that does work as a guest bed.
Oh wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And then bench seat, when that back is folded down, I've got a little ottoman right here that's also a stool, footstool. Keep my shoes in there.
Nice, man. Out of it all.
Yep, keep my shoes in there. And then this seat also folds down So we can be in that mode and get full access to the sink and a large kitchen area. Usually I just kind of bend over it and go to the sink because it's a lot easier, but it provides a lot of space like this, you know, especially if you got 2 people trying to cook or something. So the gear area is all built around the bike storage that I've got here. This is actually the first thing that I did with the van, is figure out how to nest these 2 bikes together. So this tray slides out. I got a mountain bike and a road bike in here. One thing that I will point out about this is I made my bike storage area basically the exact size that I needed to fit this mountain bike, because I wanted like best use of space everywhere else. And now I kind of want to get a different mountain bike, and I don't think it'll fit, so I'm gonna have to get creative with that. So I'd suggest like a little bit of extra room for the bikes if you're doing that. I've got another bike tray over here that can pull out. I don't have a bike in there, just gear right now. This panel here on the gear storage and guest bed area will fold up. It's full of gear right now, so I'm not going to do that, but that folds up and then you get the full height for another bike over here. Underneath here we've got the water tank. So back under there in the middle is where I got my water tank. It's 34 gallons. And I got an outdoor shower back here. I just fill it right there, so I didn't have to do a penetration on the side of the van for that. Works out pretty well. And yeah, that's about what we got going on back here.
So Steven, how long have you been doing van life?
This is just about 2 years since I moved in.
Right on. And
Yeah.
where'd you start your journey?
I started in Wisconsin. That's where I built the van out. I used to live there full time, and I got a nice shop there, so that's where I did everything, did the conversion, and that's where I took off from.
Right on.
Yeah.
And what did you do before van life?
I used to work as an engineer.
Okay.
Did that for like 5 years and decided that, I decided like pretty early on that I didn't want to do that super long, but I did it for a few years and then quit my job, started working part-time, got sucked into another startup, did some miscellaneous stuff, and finally like that all settled out and I was like, all right, time to do van life, time to start working or start getting on the road and traveling. Yeah.
So did van life always have a place in the back of your mind? Did
It
you
has
know
for a
about
long
it?
time, yeah. Probably a couple years after I got out of college, I started looking at it and like wanting to travel, I guess. We traveled a bit when I was a kid,
Right
and I have always kind of wanted to like go back and do more of that, you know, travel around the country and see places that I've, you know, remember from my childhood, see more places I haven't been to. So I kind of got on that
what are some
train.
of the more memorable places you've seen? on this
Yeah,
trip?
well, I love Utah. Utah's got to be one of my favorite places. Southern Utah, yeah,
Have to
you should
agree.
go there.
All the slot canyons.
Yeah, that's
the
just,
red
it's an
rocks.
incredible landscape.
It is. It's like Mars, kind of.
Yeah.
Looks like Mars.
So I love Utah.
So you revisited those, like, you know, that strip of parks,
Yeah, I've been through that area
Bryce and all that.
quite a bit.
Right. Cool. And what do you do? Like, do you have bikes and
Yeah,
kayaks?
I love to mountain bike.
Right on.
It's kind of my sport drug of choice right now. Get out on the bike, ride around. I've been doing that for I started mountain biking about the same time I started van life. So it's
Right
been like
on.
a parallel journey.
So did the bike life really factor into your decision to get a Sprinter van? Because it has
It
that
did,
extra storage.
yeah, it
Okay.
totally did. So that's one of the big reasons I picked the Sprinter, is so that I could loft my bed, put bikes underneath. Keeping them inside was pretty important to me, just
you
because I
don't want
wanted to kind
messed
of
with,
be a little
stolen.
discreet. Don't want to
Yeah.
have to worry about it. Don't want them out in the weather. You know, I spend time in the winter in the mountains
Absolutely.
too.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Do you snowboard?
Yeah,
That
yep.
kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Cool.
so I typically snowboard in the winter and then mountain bike. Well, actually, I like to mountain bike in the winter too. You know, you just
Right
like
on.
hop back and forth
Yeah.
between climates. Yeah, it's nice.
Awesome, man. So you haven't had like a winter job or a seasonal work
I
in the
do
last
still
2
work
years?
remotely.
You work remotely?
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
on.
but only part time. So
Okay.
it's nice.
That's
Keeps me
the-
engaged.
that's a great
Yeah,
setup.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. I'm super lucky to be able to do that.
What about van life has surprised you, or what do you not expect?
I didn't expect how busy I would be, honestly. I've done a lot of like running around from one thing to the next, various like things that I want to do. You know, it's like go
Yeah.
mountain biking with friends. I went to the Bahamas for 5 weeks with some friends on a sailboat.
Go
You know,
rock
stuff like that.
climbing
Go
at
rock climbing with
Smith.
you dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's always like one thing to another, and it's felt really busy. It hasn't
Yeah.
felt like I've had a lot of time to just like sit in one spot and hang out, you know.
Right on.
And that's it's something that I thought that I would get a lot of in van life. Like one of the reasons I did
Right.
it is because I really value my time heavily, and I just haven't had that. So it's been of my own doing, but that definitely surprised me.
That's something that's nice about the lifestyle too, is you can be on the road and constantly moving, or you can park up at BLM land
Yeah.
for 2 weeks at a time.
It is. Like,
That's
I
a
can
decision
easily
you
do
made.
that if I want to. So, yeah.
Right
That's
on.
sweet. I'm enjoying it.
Well, thank you, Steven. Appreciate the tour of the van.
Yeah, man.
Is there any way that your followers can keep
Oh,
in
yeah.
contact?
Check
all
me
that?
out. I'm Freetired. That's my Instagram handle, Freetired. And I do a little bit of writing on a blog of the same name. So you can check me out there. And
Freetired.com?
yeah, say hi if we're in the same area. Let's meet up and hang out.
Right on. Well, thanks for everything, brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks a
it.
lot, Thomas.
Yep.